Wake up with purpose. Every single day is a gift. Not tomorrow, not next week, not someday when you finally have it all together. Today, right now, this moment, that breath you just took is proof you're alive, and that alone is more valuable than anything money can buy. But here's the truth. Most people roll out of bed every morning like it's a chore. They drag themselves through the motions, hit the alarm 3 times, look at the clock, and already feel behind. They treat the day like a burden, not a blessing. And then they wonder why life feels heavy, why they're not excited, why they're stuck in cycles that don't serve them. If you want to change your life, it starts with how you wake up. The first thought you choose in the morning sets the tone for everything that follows. You can start with, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. Nothing ever changes. Or you can start with, I've been given another day. I get to breathe. I get to move. I get to create. I get to impact. That shift changes everything. See, purpose isn't something you find out there in the world. It's something you decide. You wake up and you give meaning to your day. You say, I'm not just going to exist today. I'm going to live. I'm going to give. I'm going to push myself to grow. I'm going to love harder. I'm going to serve deeper. I'm going to show up like I matter because I do. And when you carry that level of intention, people feel it. Your family feels it. Your coworkers feel it. Strangers feel it because energy is contagious. You either walk into the world and drain it, or you walk into the world and lift it. Every single morning you get to choose which one you'll be. Let me tell you something, you don't have unlimited days. None of us do. One day that alarm clock won't go off. One day you won't get the chance to say, I love you to the people who matter. One day, the opportunities you're postponing won't be there. Stop waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time is the moment you open your eyes and realize life just gave you another shot. So wake up with gratitude. Wake up with fire. Wake up with purpose. Set your feet on the ground and declare, today I will not waste this gift. Today I will show up as my best. Today I will live like my life matters. Because it does. Every day is a gift. The question is, what will you do with yours? When you open your eyes in the morning, you are being handed the greatest opportunity life can give you another day. But what most people do is overlook that opportunity because they're already rushing, already stressed, already consumed by what they think they have to do. They don't realize that the way they begin their day is shaping the way they live their life. If you roll out of bed with negativity, with resistance, with the feeling of burden, then your entire day will mirror that energy back to you. But when you wake up and intentionally choose gratitude, when you intentionally direct your focus toward what's good, what's possible, and what's meaningful, you create momentum that fuels you through every challenge. Gratitude isn't just a word, it's a state of power. When you're in gratitude, you can't be in fear, you can't be in anger, you can't be in stress. Your nervous system shifts, your perspective widens, and suddenly the problems that felt overwhelming shrink into challenges you know you can handle. Gratitude gives you strength because it roots you in the present moment instead of letting your mind spiral into what's missing or what's wrong. Now combine gratitude with intention. Intention is the decision to not drift through the day, but to direct it. Too many people wake up and immediately react. They check their phone, they scroll through social media, they absorb everyone else's noise and problems before they've even set their own standard. They're living in response instead of leadership. But when you start your morning with intention, you set the tone. You ask yourself, what do I want this day to mean? How do I want to show up? Who do I want to be today? And in asking those questions, you're taking control of your energy. You're no longer letting the world decide your mood, your focus, or your destiny. You're deciding it for yourself. That single shift transforms your day, your week, your month, your entire life. Think about it. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every transformation begins with a decision. The decision to take ownership, the decision to no longer settle, the decision to align your actions with your values, and the decision to start each day not with randomness, but with power. Gratitude unlocks your heart. Intention unlocks your direction. Together, they create unstoppable momentum. Imagine the difference between a person who wakes up saying, another Monday, and a person who wakes up saying, this is another chance to grow, to love, to make an impact, to move closer to my vision. Those two people may face the exact same obstacles, but their outcomes will be worlds apart because their state is different and their state is determined in those first moments after waking up. When you wake with gratitude, suddenly the little things that you once took for granted become miracles. The fact that your lungs are breathing without your effort, that your heart is pumping without you commanding it, that you even get to stand up and take steps forward, These are gifts, the roof over your head, the people in your life, the chances you have today to make decisions that shape your future, gifts. And when you recognize life as a gift, you treat it differently. You don't waste it on complaints, on procrastination, on fear. You honor it by showing up fully. You honor it by using it to grow, to give, to love, to lead. And when you wake with intention, you don't drift into habits that don't serve you. You don't spend your mornings scrolling mindlessly. You don't drown in distractions. You don't let your time slip through your fingers without awareness. Instead, you deliberately choose rituals that elevate you. Maybe you move your body. Maybe you feed your mind with something empowering. Maybe you take a few minutes to breathe and visualize the day ahead. Whatever it looks like, the point is that it's conscious, it's chosen, it's aligned with the life you're building. That's the difference between those who create their destiny and those who just survive day after day. Your mornings are sacred. They are the foundation upon which everything else is built. If you start them with gratitude and intention, your days will reflect clarity, focus, and strength. If you start them with chaos and reaction, your days will reflect stress, confusion, and wasted potential. The choice is always yours. Every morning is an invitation to decide who you want to be and how you want to experience your life. The world may throw unexpected challenges your way, but when you begin your day grounded in gratitude and guided by intention, you will face them from a place of power instead of weakness. Your mornings can be the most powerful leverage point of your entire life. If you treat them that way, so many people spend their lives searching for purpose as if it's hidden somewhere out in the world, waiting for them to stumble upon it. They believe one day they'll have an epiphany, a moment of clarity when everything clicks into place, and suddenly their life will be filled with meaning. But that mindset keeps people waiting, hoping and postponing their potential. Purpose isn't something you discover, it's something you decide. It's not a treasure you dig up, it's a choice you commit to every single day. When you wake up, you get to declare what your life stands for. You get to declare what matters to you. You get to decide how you will use the time and energy you've been given. Purpose is not about waiting for permission or waiting for certainty. It's about creating significance out of what's right in front of you. Think about the people who inspire you. They didn't stumble into a perfectly designed purpose that was handed to them. They made a decision. They looked at their lives and said, this is what I'm going to stand for. This is how I'm going to live. This is the direction I'm going to go. And then they backed that decision with action, with consistency, with resilience. Purpose is born in choice, not chance. If you sit around waiting for the universe to give you a clear sign, you'll wait your entire life. The sign is already here. It's the fact that you are alive, breathing, capable of thought, capable of growth, capable of contribution. That is all the proof you need to choose your purpose today. Purpose doesn't always start out loud and obvious. Sometimes it starts small with the way you treat people, with the standards you hold for yourself, with the discipline you practice when no one's watching. Every time you choose to honor your values, instead of cutting corners, you're living with purpose. Every time you choose to love even when it's inconvenient, you're living with purpose. Every time you push through resistance to grow instead of staying in comfort, you're living with purpose. Those daily choices compound, and before you know it, your life has direction, meaning, and power. People think purpose is a destination, but it's not. It's a way of traveling. It's a way of showing up to each moment with a decision to make it count. Waiting for purpose is really just another form of fear. Fear of making the wrong choice, fear of failing, fear of not being enough. But the truth is, you don't need the perfect purpose. You need to commit to a purpose. Because once you commit, life will begin to organize itself around your decision. Opportunities appear, doors open, relationships align, energy flows where focus goes. But none of that happens until you decide. The act of choosing ignites clarity, and clarity breeds confidence. The more you live with purpose, the more you refine it. It's not about getting it right from the start. It's about being courageous enough to begin. Every day you wake up, you get a blank page. The question is, what will you write on it? Too many people scribble the same stories of limitation, distraction, and excuses, and then wonder why they feel lost. But those who decide to live with purpose write something different. They write growth, they write contribution, they write love, they write strength, and over time, those pages build into a life that actually means something, not because someone handed it to them, but because they chose it again and again. That's the power of daily choice. It compounds into destiny. Purpose is not about waiting until everything is perfect. It's about acting right now. It's about taking the job you have, the family you have, the circumstances you're in, and deciding to show up fully. It's about saying, I'm going to make this matter. It's about saying, I may not control everything in my life, but I control how I live it. When you take that stance, life stops feeling random and starts feeling intentional. You stop drifting and you start directing. You stop surviving and you start living. Purpose doesn't just benefit you, it benefits everyone around you. When you live with purpose, you become an example. You give people permission to rise. You show them what's possible. You inspire them to find strength they didn't know they had. Your kids feel it. Your friends feel it. Your community feels it. Purpose is contagious. And that ripple effect grows far beyond what you can see. That's why it's so powerful to choose it daily, because you're not just shaping your own life, you're shaping lives that intersect with yours. You don't have to know the whole path to walk with purpose. You don't have to see the entire staircase to take the first step. What you need is the courage to decide today who you're going to be, how you're going to live, and what you're going to give. That's it. One choice, repeated daily, becomes the force that defines your entire existence. And the beauty is no one else can make that choice for you. No one else gets to dictate your purpose. You have that authority. You have that responsibility. And you have that gift everywhere you go. You are carrying energy. It's invisible, but it's powerful. It's the look on your face, the way you carry yourself, the words you speak, the tone in your voice, the emotions you radiate without even trying. People feel it. They may not consciously identify it, but they sense it. Walk into a room with heavy negative energy and the atmosphere shifts. Walk into the same room with enthusiasm, confidence, and certainty, and suddenly the whole environment lifts. That's how much influence your energy has. It sets the tone for the world around you, whether you realize it or not. Most people think their mood is private, that it belongs only to them, but it's not. It's contagious. If you're constantly frustrated, tired, stressed, or bitter, that doesn't stay locked inside you. It spreads. Your coworkers pick up on it. Your family absorbs it. Even strangers can feel it when you pass them on the street. Energy is like a broadcast signal. You are transmitting all the time, and the people around you are tuning into it whether they want to or not. The question is, what are you broadcasting? Are you spreading strength, positivity, and encouragement? Or are you spreading doubt, negativity, and fear? The truth is, you are responsible for the energy you bring. Life will throw things at you that test your patience, that challenge your strength, that push your limits. But how you respond determines the energy you radiate. If you choose to let circumstances dictate your state, then your energy will always be unstable. But if you choose to manage your state, to consciously direct your focus, to step into gratitude and possibility, no matter what's happening, then you take ownership of your energy. And that ownership gives you power. Instead of being a victim of the environment, you become the influencer of it. Instead of absorbing everyone else's negativity, you become the one who changes the atmosphere. Think about the leaders, mentors, or even friends who inspire you the most. What is it about them? It's not just what they say, it's how they carry themselves, it's their energy. They walk in with certainty, with presence, with belief, and suddenly everyone else feels stronger just by being near them. That's not an accident. That's a choice. They've decided to guard their energy, to fuel it with practices that keep them aligned, to show up in a way that makes others rise. You have that same ability. Every morning when you wake up, you get to choose whether you're going to step into the world as a force of light or a force of drain. Energy amplifies everything. If you show up with negative energy, even small problems feel bigger. Conversations turn into arguments, opportunities turn into obstacles, relationships turn into tension. But if you show up with empowering energy, even big challenges feel smaller. The same obstacles become opportunities, the same conversations become breakthroughs, the same relationships become deeper. That's the difference energy makes. It colors the way you see everything. And the way you see everything determines the way you respond, and the way you respond determines the results you get. One of the greatest gifts you can give the people around you is the gift of uplifting energy. Imagine walking into your home after a long day and bringing peace instead of stress, encouragement instead of criticism, presence instead of distraction. Imagine walking into your workplace and being the one who ignites possibility, who sparks creativity, who makes others feel capable. That's not about being fake or pretending everything is perfect. It's about being intentional with the way you show up. It's about saying, no matter what I'm going through, I will not drag others down. I will use my energy to lift them. That decision alone can change the culture of a home, a team, a community. Your energy doesn't just influence others, it influences you. The state you carry determines the quality of your actions, and your actions determine the quality of your life. When you're in a low, negative state, you don't make strong decisions. You don't take bold action. You don't see possibilities clearly. But when you're in a powerful state, when your energy is aligned, you take risks, you innovate, You connect, you push yourself further than you thought you could. Energy fuels behavior, and behavior creates results, which means that mastering your energy is one of the most important skills you can develop if you want to transform your life. So how do you shift your energy? You shift your focus. Whatever you focus on, you feel. Focus on what's missing, on what's wrong, on what you can't control, and your energy collapses. Focus on what you have, on what's possible, on what you can influence, and your energy expands. You also shift your energy through your body. The way you breathe, the way you move, the way you hold yourself physically, all of it sends signals to your brain about how to feel. Stand tall, breathe deeply, move with intensity, and your energy changes instantly. These are choices available to you every single moment. And when you practice them consistently, you develop the ability to control the atmosphere you carry wherever you go. You may not always control the external world, but you always control the internal one. And when you take ownership of your internal state, your external world transforms. People will notice. They will respond to you differently. Opportunities will open because people are naturally drawn to strong, uplifting energy. Relationships will improve because people feel safe, valued, and inspired around you. Your own self-belief will rise because you're no longer letting the outside world dictate how you feel. You become the thermostat, not the thermometer. You set the tone instead of just reflecting it. Every interaction is an opportunity to influence with your energy. A smile at a stranger, a word of encouragement to a friend, a calm presence in a heated situation. These small moments ripple further than you realize. You never know who needed that spark, who needed that lift, who needed that example. That's why protecting and elevating your energy matters so much. Because it's not just about you. It's about the impact you're having every time you step into a room, every time you open your mouth, every time you show up in the world. One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is that they're waiting for the perfect time. They say they'll start when things calm down, when they feel ready, when the conditions line up just right. They convince themselves that someday will be easier, someday will be clearer, someday will be safer. But someday is an illusion. Someday never comes. The perfect time doesn't exist because life will always be messy, unpredictable, full of distractions and challenges. The people who create extraordinary results are not the ones who wait. They are the ones who act in spite of imperfection. They are the ones who look at the chaos, the uncertainty, the lack of guarantees, and say, I'm moving forward anyway. Today is the gift. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel more confident, not when you have more money, not when everything aligns. Today, the only moment you are guaranteed is the one you're in right now. The clock is ticking whether you take action or not. Opportunities are passing whether you seize them or not. Life is unfolding whether you participate or not. Waiting for perfect timing is really just another way of saying you're afraid of failing, afraid of judgment, afraid of discomfort. But fear disguised as patience is still fear, and fear will rob you of your future if you let it. Look back on your life. How many times did you think you weren't ready, but when you finally jumped in, you figured it out? How many times did you realize that waiting didn't make things easier? It just made you lose time. Growth doesn't come from waiting, it comes from doing. Clarity doesn't come before action, it comes through action. Confidence doesn't appear first, it's built by showing up consistently. If you keep waiting for readiness, you'll be waiting for the rest of your life. Readiness is created, not discovered. It's the byproduct of deciding that today is enough. Every day you delay is a day you never get back. Think about that. Time is the most precious resource you have, and once it's gone forever. You can make more money, you can build new relationships, you can recover from setbacks, but you cannot create more time. And yet people treat it like it's unlimited. They waste years waiting for that mythical perfect moment, only to wake up one day filled with regret for what they didn't do. The tragedy isn't failing. The tragedy is never trying. The tragedy is letting fear and excuses steal the life you were meant to live. Today is the gift because it's the only place you can act. You can't act in the past. It's already gone. You can't act in the future. It hasn't arrived yet. You can only act now. And the actions you take now create the future you dream about, the body you want, the career you desire, the relationships you long for, the freedom you imagine. They are all built on what you choose to do today. Every great accomplishment in history started with someone saying, I will not wait. I will not postpone. I will take this moment and make it count. Stop telling yourself you need more preparation. Preparation is important, but it becomes another form of procrastination when it's endless. At some point, you have to leap. At some point, you have to trust yourself enough to start before you feel ready. At some point, you have to recognize that action is the only path to growth. You will stumble, you will make mistakes, you will learn lessons the hard way. That's not failure, that's progress. Failure is refusing to start. Progress is moving forward with imperfect steps. There is power in urgency. When you recognize that today is the gift, you stop taking it for granted. You stop sleeping through your own life. You stop numbing yourself with distractions and excuses. Instead, you wake up with fire because you know the clock is ticking. You know every conversation, every opportunity, every decision matters. You stop wasting energy on things that don't move you forward, and you start pouring yourself into the things that do. That urgency gives you focus. It gives you momentum. It gives you strength. The truth is, there will never be a perfect time to start the business, to change careers, to pursue the relationship, to chase the dream. There will always be reasons to wait, obstacles to overcome, fears to battle. But there will never be another day. And today could be the day you change everything. Today could be the day you decide enough is enough. Today could be the day you finally take that step you've been avoiding. And once you take that step, everything else begins to shift. Doors open, energy flows, opportunities multiply, but only for those who act. Life is short. That's not a cliche, it's reality. You don't know how many more days you have. None of us do, but you have this one. And this one is enough to start to commit to move forward. If you treat today like the gift it is, your life will expand. If you waste it waiting for perfection, your life will shrink. The choice is yours every morning when you wake up. You either use the gift or you squander it. You either step into your power or you step back into excuses. You either live or you wait. And waiting is just another form of dying slowly. When you embrace today as the gift, you stop postponing joy. You stop postponing gratitude. You stop postponing love. You don't wait until you're richer to feel abundant. You don't wait until you're successful to feel, you don't wait until everything is perfect to feel alive. You choose to feel those things now because now is all you've got. And from that state, you create even more reasons to be grateful, even more reasons to celebrate, even more reasons to live fully. Today is not just another box on the calendar. It is your chance to make meaning, to create impact, to live with purpose. When you see it that way, your entire life transforms because you stop looking for perfect timing and start creating perfect moments out of the time you already have. Most people move through life as if they have an unlimited supply of days, as if tomorrow is promised, as if they can keep pushing their dreams, their goals, their relationships into the future. They live on autopilot, repeating the same routines, the same habits, the same thoughts, not realizing that each day slipping by is one they will never get back. To live each day like your life truly matters is to wake up with urgency, to understand that your existence is significant, and to treat your time, your energy, and your choices as sacred. When you live with that awareness, you stop wasting days and start using them as the building blocks of a life that means something. Living as though your life matters begins with valuing yourself. Too many people settle for less because deep down, they don't believe their life is important enough to demand more. They accept jobs that drain them, relationships that diminish them, habits that weaken them, because they've convinced themselves they're not capable of more or not worthy of more. But the truth is, you were not put here to just exist. You were put here to expand, to grow, to create, to impact. Your life matters because no one else on this planet has your exact voice, your exact perspective, your exact potential. If you don't live fully, if you don't use your gifts, the world loses something it can never replace. When you recognize that your life matters, you stop drifting. You start making decisions with intention. You start asking yourself harder questions. How am I spending this day? Am I using my time on things that move me forward, or am I numbing myself with distractions? Am I giving my best to the people I love, or am I taking them for granted? Am I pursuing goals that ignite me, or am I just trying to survive? These questions cut through the noise and force you to align your actions with what truly matters. Living like your life matters is not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about refusing to let days slip through your fingers without direction. It also means showing up fully wherever you are. Too often, people are physically present, but mentally absent. They're at work thinking about home. They're at home thinking about work. They're with their loved ones, but glued to their phone. They are everywhere, but nowhere. But if your life matters, then the moments in it matter, and you choose to inhabit them completely. You listen when someone talks. You savor the small things. You bring your full energy to the tasks in front of you. That presence alone can transform your relationships, your productivity, your sense of fulfillment. Because when you are fully engaged, life feels richer, deeper, more alive. Living like your life matters also demands courage. It's easy to shrink yourself, to blend in, to avoid risk, but that's not truly living. That's existing in survival mode. To live fully, you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to speak up, take chances, pursue dreams that scare you, love with your whole heart, even when it's vulnerable. That courage will stretch you, it will challenge you, it will expose you to failure, but it will also awaken parts of you that you never knew existed. And in that awakening, you'll discover just how much power you actually have. Every day you live like your life matters is a day that impacts others. You don't even need to try to inspire people. Your actions will do it naturally. The way you work, the way you carry yourself, the way you persist through challenges, the way you love, people will see it. They will feel it. And many will be moved by it. Some may never even tell you, but your example will shift something in them. You might give someone else permission to believe in themselves, to take a step they've been afraid to take, to live more boldly. That ripple effect is part of why your life matters so deeply. Living this way also means refusing to waste time on bitterness, regret, and resentment. You can't live like your life matters if you're stuck in the past, holding grudges, or constantly wishing things had been different. Every day you spend looking backward is a day stolen from the present. Living fully is about extracting the lessons from the past and then moving forward with strength, with clarity, with determination to create something better. Your life matters too much to spend it chained to what you cannot change. There is also a discipline to living like your life matters. It's not just about feeling inspired for a moment. It's about building habits and rituals that align with your values. It's about caring for your body because your health is the foundation of everything else. It's about feeding your mind with ideas that strengthen you instead of weaken you. It's about surrounding yourself with people who elevate you instead of drain you. Discipline is love in action. It's proof that you take your life seriously enough to protect it, to nurture it, to honor it. And over time, that discipline compounds into freedom. Living as if your life matters means refusing to postpone joy. Too many people tell themselves they'll be happy when they hit the next milestone, when they buy the house, when they lose the weight, when they achieve the dream. But if happiness is always tied to the future, you'll never experience it in the present. Living fully is about finding joy now in the laughter of your children, in the warmth of the sun, in the progress you're making, even if you're not at the finish line. Yet, it's about recognizing that life is happening right here, right now, and refusing to let it slip past unnoticed. To live each day like your life truly matters is to treat it as if it's both fragile and powerful. Fragile because you don't know how many days you have left. Powerful because what you do with each one can change your entire trajectory. It's a balance of urgency and grace, of discipline and joy, of focus and presence. It's choosing to stop existing and start living, to stop waiting and start creating, to stop doubting and start believing. It's understanding that your life is not an accident, it's a gift. And the only real way to honor that gift is to live it like it matters every single day,